views expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of WPSL, but we're the ones that have encouraged you all along to like and share them on social media and with all your friends and neighbors because it's time for the science of caring. Care Bag presents each week at this time Careology, hosted by the one and only Roxy Brown.
Boy, what an introduction. I love that. I just like, you didn't just keep talking. That just sounded so good.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Thanks, Cliff.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Roxy, and I am your host here on Careology on this somber Monday morning. But I'm hoping everyone is doing well. You're getting where you need to go, or if you're on the way listening to us, we appreciate you. And we're gonna have a good show today. I woke up this morning and I said, "What am I gonna do this show about this morning?" Usually, I'm well prepared, but we've had so much heartache going on this week and this weekend. It is just hard to just keep your eyes focused on just one thing. My heart goes out to the children, the parents, and the old people of the mothers and the children of Israel and the mothers of children in Gaza. And somebody right now saying, "Roxy, Gaza, yes," because mothers, children, elderly people, they should not be wrapping up their bodies and putting their name on them for children and young parents and moms and elderly. We shouldn't be doing that. And to lose someone, regardless, this is not about religion, this is about life. And our condolences to the 18 families that are having to bury their loved ones again and again and again over a mass shooting that happened in Maine. And I don't know about you, but I'm past tired,
Well,
Cliff.
we're getting worn out to
Yeah,
where it's
we're
almost, we're
yeah.
almost getting complacent about it. Like, oh, just another shooting.
No, but you know what? If this happens in your backyard, if this
Yeah, then
happens at your school, your bowling alley, your church, your anywhere you go, how are you going to feel if you have to bury somebody you love coming? And it always happens towards the end of the year. It always happens at the time where these sick, and when I say sick people, I'm talking about sick on the range of sick, mentally sick, and I'm talking about on the sick that you don't care for life. So I'm all for this. You don't like life, take your own. And people are like, "Oh my God, Roxy, yes, do you?" Because guess what? You took your life, but you took 18 others, and you have destroyed 18 families.
next time, start with yourself and then kill everybody else.
You
But
know,
start with yourself first.
and a lot of people, "Oh my Roxy,
If you're
how
going to
can
do
you
that.
say that?" But you know what? You're right, Cliff, where everything is too complacent right now. We hear it and it's like, "Oh yeah, just another one." But it's just not another one. This is another family. Our youngest was 14. Yes, what's happening in Israel, what's happening in Gaza, that is hundreds and thousands of miles away, but those are still families. I was watching a program and they were talking about the day these children were kidnapped. I don't know if anyone pays attention. The youngest kidnapped victim was 8 to 9 months old. 8 to 9
Wow.
months old. You see what I'm saying? There was a video that a family watching, they saw their son's hand basically bleeding, hanging off. And they're like, "If he just loses his hand and come back, we'll be happy with that." This is what people are facing. This is the world that we live in. So I don't think we have a right to be complacent. Just a couple of days before the shooting happened in Maine, I was talking to my husband and I said, "You know what, sweetie?" I said, "I want to start taking Martiane." For those who know, Martiane is my granddaughter. She's always in the studio, not today.
Uh-huh.
And I always said, "I want to start taking her locally, driving always to Walt Disney, SeaWorld. Sometimes that just gets tiring, the long drive." And I said, "I want to introduce her to bowling." That's what I said. And I said, "I want to take her to the aquarium to see the turtles." There's so many things we have on the Treasure Coast we can do. And within a couple of hours, there's the mass shooting in Maine at a bowling alley where children were there. You specifically picked where innocent children are. People have to understand we have no more people don't have any respect for your age anymore. They don't care. Sandy Hook was an item for that. We had it, Sandy Hook was an eye opener for us. When that happened, oh my God. But it keeps happening and it keeps happening. and we just sit down and we're feeling okay with it. So my question is, if it happens to you at your child's school or your wife's or your husband's job, I bet you're going to want somebody to pay attention. And if we start thinking, what about if that was us? Maybe we'll start paying a little more attention. Maybe we'll start having a little more heart to what these individuals are going through. These families are getting ready to plan funerals, you know? While we're coming up into the holidays, they're getting ready to plan funerals.
Usually it's the other way around. It's the older members of the family would die out first, and today it's
That's I
terrible. It's
you know, we
kids.
we discussed that. Me and you talk about it, Cliff. That those days have gone.
Yeah.
The days of you burying your parents are burying you. Because and for no unfortunately for no fault of your own, for someone else's fault. And that is the sad part of this. And it bothers me to know that we're just okay with it. Everybody's just okay with it. So we're going to go back to that. But for those that are just listening, Careology is a subsidiary of CareBag, and CareBag is a nonprofit here on the Treasure Coast. And what we do is we provide help. What we go ahead and do at CareBag, we do this through our mobile shower units, our mobile hygiene pantry, and through our office. We go ahead and provide access to proper hygiene. If you'd like to find out more about us, go to givecarebag.com. It'll lead you right to our official website. That's givecarebag.com. And what we're doing right now, we're getting ready to have our Christmas special. And our Christmas special is a little bit different this year. We always go do toys just like WPSL for our clients in our office. We strictly deal with the clients that we serve in our office. But this year, we are doing sneakers. I hear kids coming into our office and I hear flip flop, flip flop. Oh, they have on flip flops. I turn around and they're sneakers. The bottom is missing. They got holes in it. They can barely get along. And the mothers, love to see the children have the toys and feel good. But we're going to deal with the essentials that is needed. That is it. These aren't children we just had sign up. These are children that we know that are in need. If we have the list, I kid you not, to the listening audience, Cliff, we put the list out between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. And by 12 p.m., I had 11:59, I had to shut it down. We had 185 kids within just a couple of hours. And my limit right now is 200, not unless I have a donor that's willing to come on and say, listen, we're not looking for name brand sneakers. We want them new. I think every child deserves a new pair of sneakers. We actually are going to be doing sneakers, socks, underwear, pajamas. We're going to be giving them that essential a lot of parents cannot afford. We're staying within our mission. And if you would like to go ahead and say, you know what, I'd love to adopt a child, I'd love to go ahead and adopt a family. I have a couple families that have 5 and 6 kids. These are foster parents that are fostering children. We vet anyone that comes and we vet. We see a birth certificate, we see guardianship papers. So this is not just going to any and anybody. We dot our I's and cross our T's. So if you would like to go ahead and say, you know what, I'd like to go ahead and adopt a child, I'd like to go ahead and adopt a family, or you said, you know what, I want to give a boy, I want to give a girl, it doesn't matter, I want to give a 2-year old or a 17-year old or a 15-year old, we have everything categorized for you. And if you'd like to do that, we're gonna give our number, and our number is 772-222-7399. And you could even go on our website and the link is there. You can fill out the form, and within 72 hours, we get back in touch with you with the information that you request. So we want to get our community involved. We're going to be doing this December 22nd at our office, and we have the esteemed pleasure of having now on Care Bag Mr. Jeff Lux. And for those of you who know him or don't know him, he is an NFL player and he's played for different footballs, but he is a native of Treasure Coast High School. He's right here, home base, and he actually lives here. And he heard what we did and he wants to come on board. And we're really, really happy to have him on board.
Now's the time for any big business that wants to kind of pay it forward a little bit with tax time coming up. Don't forget all your donations to CareBag are tax deductible. It's a a genuine 501c3 charity that
That is it. And
you can be a supporter, a main supporter
that's
easily.
it. We wouldn't be doing this if we weren't vetted good. So we are a 501c3. Anything you give is a tax deductible rake for you. And all that information is on our social media page, and all that information is also on our website. Our tax ID number and our exempt number is there, and you can look us up. And we are platinum standing with Charity Navigator because we do it right and we do it good. So, if you say, you know what, Roxy, I love when clients get something from our donors and our donors shop for it. I think when you put the skin in the game, and you go to the store and 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 buy that item for that child, I think it makes that difference. You know exactly, and you could even come. We're going to be doing this from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. We have so many children that we're doing it. Every hour we have X amount of children coming into our office. We're going to do it on our home base at our office. We're setting it up like a beautiful Santa's workshop. All the volunteers are going to look like elves, and we just want to give them a good time. Toys are good. You got Toys for Tots. You got WPCL, WPSL. You have the fire department. You have so many places that give toys. We want to go ahead and stick to our mission and give the essentials. How nice is it to go back to school and you can have nice sneakers, clean sneakers, new sneakers with a sole at the bottom, clean socks. We're in 11 schools here. And I'm not going to say the name of the school. I had some educators come to my office on Friday, and they said they have kids that are not coming with underwear because the parents can't afford to wash. That's
Wow.
unacceptable. That's unacceptable. They said it's $7 just to go to the wash house to wash, and they don't have it. And that's just to wash. They haven't talked about to dry. We have families out there that are working. They're not sitting on their butt, people. They are working, but they just can't afford it. So this is where we come in to go ahead and offer those basic essentials. We're not giving anything over the moon. We're not asking for top name brand anything. Just something that we can say, here you go. We have your size. We know who you are. So we said, here you go. This is a love and this is a blessing that we're doing for these
It's
kids.
not just at back to school time because I guess anybody could become homeless at any point during a
Anytime.
school year.
So let's
They
give you some
always need.
stats. Let me give you some
Okay.
stats. And it just happened that I just happened to have it. We had a conversation. A lot of families are unable to pay their rent. A lot of families right now are going in and upgrading their car to a bigger vehicle and leaving their place of residence to live in their car. They can afford a $600-700 car note, but they can't afford a 200, 2,000, 3,000 bill. You have some apartments, one bedroom, that almost $2,000 a month. You can take that money. I don't know. I've never lived in my car. I don't know. I Maybe if I had to, you know what? You do what you got to do when the time is right. You think you can't do it, but I probably could. But this is what they're being basically forced to because they don't want to live on the street. I can pay that car note, but I can't pay the rent. You see what I'm saying? I can't pay the light. I can't pay the water. I can hardly buy food. I can hardly buy gas. So a lot of families are making drastic decisions. Okay. Or we haven't been giving out so many showers within the last couple of months. It's ridiculous. I was at Love, Hope, and Action Friday, and I was talking to Brenda, the CEO, and Stuart, and they are they're building out more showers and they're doing great work. It's a great partnership that I have with them. I love Hope and Action Lahaya, but they're just seeing an influx of families coming in because that is the drastic step they have to take. They can't afford the rent. I'd rather live in my car than live in a tent in the woods. It's not safe for me. It's not safe for my children. So families are making this drastic move. And when you make that drastic move with the clients we deal with, they don't have space for a toy, but they have a space for a new sneaker, new underwear, new pajamas. So we want to give them the essentials that give good health. No child should go to school without underwear. That's just unconscionable when you think of that. And we're happy that we can provide that. We're going to talk about that some more, but Cliff, we're going to go ahead because we want to thank our sponsors. We want to thank Hawk. with St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. He is such a standing force for us here at CareBag. Treasure Coast Lexus family, we want to thank you. Design Assign, all of these sponsors we have, they go beyond what they can do for CareBag and for our community. And we want to thank them, and they still keep doing more. So we will be back after these messages. Thank you.
So you can visit the folks who help CareBag, and that helps CareBag too. We'll be right back with more.
Wondering what your valuables are worth? Bring them to St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin, and their friendly staff will tell you, and they'll pay you top dollar. Hi, it's Evan 9 from the morning show, and I can personally tell you from experience that St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin is the place to go for all your jewelry needs.
Hi, this is Hawk Levy from St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins. I want to tell you all thank you for voting us #1 again. Best jewelry and coin dealer, best gold and silver buyer, and best jewelry store.
You know, the demand has never been more for fine jewelry, signed jewelry pieces, coins, coin collections, paper money, Rolex, and all luxury watches, even designer purses. You ask why you should sell to St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin? It's real simple. They buy your jewelry as jewelry and not scrap. They resell everything on the international auction platform and in their local store. St. Lucie Jewelry does free confidential appraisals and house calls as well. St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin, located at US 1 and Walton Road in the Publix Plaza.
Create custom business signage that customers can't miss or resist. Let Design a Sign in Port St. Lucie help you get the job done right. Over 80 years combined experience. Get it right the first time. Call 772-337-4027 and tell them Roxy said to call. Remember, call 772-337-4020. Design a Sign in Port St. Lucie.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
We now return to Careology, the science of caring. Your host is our very own careologist, Roxy Brown.
I'm going to get a shirt that says that you're careologist.
Yes,
I think I'm going to do that.
Roxy and then careologist.
Careologist. Yeah. Just going to give you a little wisdom here, people. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is potential power. It's the activity, consistent actions that you do. That is power.
Like stored energy.
That's it. And that is from Bianca. We had her here. I have her book, Be Empowered, in front of me. And, we had a good show with her the other day. And we just want to encourage you. We want to have her back because I really, really enjoyed having her. And I think we need that. I think we need more power. I think we need to be empowered. I think we need to just have more positive energy in our lives because we need that. Every time you look, anytime you turn on the TV, Every time I turn on the TV and we see that, Perry has died at age 54 in his tub. We don't know under the circumstances, but to him and his family, we grew up. For those that, that might be listening, we grew up with, friends. That was a show we laughed at. We couldn't sit and binge watch. We had to wait for the next week for the show to come, because we had our schedule,
Then there's always Netflix after that.
Yes. Now you have that, so you can actually, and anyone to anything, it's always sad. And we want to put that out there. And another daily just another daily point we want to give: you can never expect to succeed if you only put in work on the days you feel like it. And I think that is so poignant.
If I only came to work on days I felt like it, I would be tardy or absent most of the time.
There you go. So let's say it again. You can never expect to succeed if you only put in work on the days you feel like it. I think I'm going to ask my girl, Christy, to put that up in my office, make me a banner, because I think that is so poignant. You have to keep going. And I think that's, that's what's part of the problem. We're going to shift gears from 1 second. I think that's what is part of the problem with a lot of people that are suffering. I love Wounded Warriors that I really love Wounded Warriors. These gentlemen, these women, men and women that have come back from service, they're suffering from PTSD, they're suffering from the war. Wounded Warriors is there, to guide them. And yes, someone's saying, but Roxy, aren't you a nonprofit? It's not about me. It's not about CareBag. It's about who we serve. I get a lot of that. Roxy, you just talk about other nonprofits. It's not about CareBag. It's about the people we serve. And there's some people I might not be able to get to, but there's some people that might not need my help. They may need another help. And that's what Careology is about. It's about our community. And I was watching it, and a lot of them are sitting at home and they're really suffering. And there's a organization that is trying to get service dogs, emotional dogs, to everyone. And they had an interview with a couple of them, and he said, when the gentleman said, when I'm sitting there and I feel like I'm going to explode, he said I'm not saying a word. He said I don't even think my emotions are showing. He said the dog just comes up to him, rests his head on his chest, and just gives him that sigh. And he said all of a sudden he's just calm. So let me let you know that calmness, I don't think, we've had a lot of shootings, so this has really intrigued me. This We're gonna go back to CareBag, but this has really intrigued me, Cliff. So this, we're not gonna call his name because I don't believe in calling out a murderer's name. This gentleman here was trained, whether he didn't serve in, the military, but he was still trained. He was actually training people
how to use firearms.
how to use firearms. So we had a trained killer. And he knew how to evade. He left his car open so everyone could find. He left it so everyone could find it. He didn't hide it. Right. He left it. You could find it right away. He did what he did at the bowling alley within a certain of minutes, left and went to another place. So when everyone pushes all their gear to one place, he's already at another place causing havoc. But we have trained them, but we haven't, when we see that they are in turmoil, we don't go any further. I'm hearing in the news now, and we don't know how much is true, but what we're hearing is that he was reported. And someone said, well, you can't take away everyone's guns. No, we're not asking for you to take away anyone's guns. But if you can take away the ones that you have something that might cause a problem, please do. We don't want anyone to take away our guns. But what we want is, we want you to be responsible. We want you to go ahead and be responsible. Too many people are being shot, and it's all blame on mental health. Yes, mental health may be a factor, but what about those people that knew, oh, something was wrong? It's just like the twin that died. That was, the parents left them alone to sleep for 21 hours. You see what I'm saying? That social worker that knew that something was wrong at that home, why didn't she do something? There is always someone that is holding the baton. There's always someone else that has something responsible to say about the situation. But everyone drops a baton. Everyone drops it and just leaves it. And then havoc, death comes upon us. And it's unfair. It's really, really unfair that so many people, but this has intrigued me, Cliff. And, my husband's like, why is this intriguing you? That's kind of morbid. I'm like, no, it's intriguing me because guess what? This is somebody else is sitting down watching this. Oh, okay. That's what I got to do, and I'm saying it, and some people are, oh no, Roxy, don't put it in the atmosphere. It's not in the atmosphere. It's already there. It's already there. We talk about suicide, and we talk about the number of people that commit suicide. And what I tell individuals, those are the ones that have succeeded. There are many people who are trying it on a day-to-day basis, and they're just not getting it. But when they succeed is when we know. We don't know the failures. We know the successes of what they thought was a success. You see what I'm saying? So we need to wake up, people. We need to wake up. We need to open our eyes. We need to say something. If you have a family member that is self-harming, Baker-act them. Don't sit and wait until something happens. Oh my God, I wish I did it.
I've been seeing TV commercials with 211 on them.
Yeah.
I thought, wow, I first heard about that on this show.
Yeah, it's out there. People need help.
There are people who are depressed and need somebody to talk to. A number of services are available and help, especially if you need somebody to talk to, because sometimes that's all it is.
And that's all it is. And what happened is, the closer that we get to the major holidays. So major holidays is where you have family gatherings, friend gatherings, other than a funeral or a wedding.
Right.
Okay. So when you have holidays, especially Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, those are the most vulnerable times where people feel alone when you don't have anyone. Okay. You don't have a turtle, you don't have a fish, you don't have a dog. You're sitting at home alone. And that's when, and you're sitting at home with a gun
Mm.
and you're feeling your lowest. You have no one to talk to. You're not reaching out for help. You might not even know there is help. You see what I'm saying? Your neighbor is so busy, cooking and setting up the table and buying the decorations. They don't even realize they haven't seen their neighbor. Nobody's checking on you. These are the people that feel they're most vulnerable. And we need to wake up and pay attention to our neighbors, pay attention to our surroundings. You see someone at work and they don't have family. I don't have family here on the Treasure Coast. I really don't have any family here in Florida, but I have friends. You see what I'm saying? I have a lot of friends, and the friends that I have, they love me and we love them. So I have built an extension of my family around me. I'm kind of a happy person. So there you go. But there's some people who can't do that. They're under so much suffering. They're afraid to let people know they're suffering. They're afraid to talk to someone because we as individuals, when someone reaches for help, we gossip. Instead of saying, let me see how I can help, we gossip about them. So people are afraid.
I know how gossip gets started too. You see, it's very innocently started, but very dangerous. If you don't know about so and so, and somebody asks you how is so and so doing, and they don't know, they don't want to appear to be uninformed.
Hmm.
So that sometimes they just make stuff up,
Up.
and that's how gossip starts. When you
And
don't know what to say when somebody asks you about somebody, if you don't know, admit it.
And it's not only that about talking about someone. If you tell me something in confidence, it should stay with me. Because when you tell that next person, they're going to add on, they're going to take away. That story's never going to be the same. So if someone tells you something, do that respect. How do I want somebody to handle my business if I talk to someone? You see what I'm saying? And that is how, if someone is not comfortable talking, you don't want to tell family, because definitely family just throws you under the bus. So we all understand family. We couldn't pick them. They're just part of our lives. But you can pick your friends. You can pick the people you talk to. And we keep saying it over and over again. You can pick up the phone and talk to a professional, and whatever is said right there and then stays right there and then.
Just like with your
As
doctor
long as
now.
you're not going to harm yourself as long as you're not going to harm anyone else.
Right. Right.
That's it. So, and you can feel comfortable. I think people are just overwhelmed, and it's just a bubbling on your chest that you can't get it off, and you need to get it off. But people are afraid to talk to people because people aren't kind anymore. They're not kind. Let's just say it. They're not kind anymore.
Because they're looking for some consolation or something when they try to talk to you. And sometimes all they really need is somebody who will listen.
Yeah, that's it.
I always tell the kids, my grandchildren nowadays, even more so, we were all created with one mouth and two ears. Therefore, it must be more important to listen than it is to talk.
Yeah.
We should listen twice as much as we talk. We have two ears and one mouth. So we need to listen more.
That's it. And we just want to put it out there. So if you are, if you are listening and you know that you are alone and you know that you need some help and what can I do? Find someone, find a group. I was driving this morning. I was talking to a friend, and I said, I'm going to support a grandparents. Go and look for a grandparents group, grandparents raising children, because it's difficult. It's difficult when you reach a certain age and you are now looking after your grandchild. You need that support. You need that support. It doesn't matter where you are in your life. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're driving, what you're riding. It's a bicycle, or you're walking on 2 feet, or you're taking the bus. If you are going through something, you are just important as anyone else. No one is less important than anyone else. And if you are needing help, we are hoping that you are going to get that help. There's so many places to go. And if you are to the point where you are giving up, it's we want to encourage you We want to encourage you to go ahead and get in touch with the National Suicide Hotline, and they've changed it. The National Suicide Hotline is 988. It's anywhere in the country, anyone, 40 plus countries that are listening to us in the United States, anywhere you are, and you know you need some help. You turn off the dial and you pick up your phone and you dial 988 for some help. If you are in need anywhere nationwide and you know that you are needing someone, you have a need, you're not at that crisis point help, pick up your phone and dial 211. You give them your zip code and you can find all the information that you need to go ahead and get the services you need. And CareBag is on there. We have CareBag is on there. We have so many other nonprofits here locally. If you are in Palm Beach, if you're in Broward County, wherever you are, you're going to get the information you need for the county you are in, so you don't have to go far. And if you're a veteran suffering, you know the number. You just dial 211 and they will get you to the veteran services. We want to put it out there because we want people that are suffering. There are so many people suffering in silence, and I think that is the worst silence you could ever be in, suffering in silence and alone. And we need to know they're out there. If you have someone at work, you know they're quiet, they stay to themselves, tell them hello, give them a little chocolate, can I get you a cup of coffee? Do something just to say hi. Kindness, it doesn't cost anything to be kind. Kindness is the one thing we can give to anyone, anywhere, and we can leave, and it doesn't cost anything to be kind. And we need to do that more. We need to have a little love of Jesus, a little love that we can show to individuals. And it's not all about your success. It's not all about the money you have. It's just about being kind. If I pass someone, sometimes I love talking to elderly people. And when I see them, and you can look at someone right away and see they want a conversation. Sometimes they'll hold you on for hours, but you just look at them and they look at you. Hi, how are you doing today? That makes, have a beautiful day. That makes their day. Somebody noticed them.
I'm glad I sat around and listened talking to old guys over the years.
You learn a lot.
Oh, yeah.
My husband says that. Yeah. My husband said half of the stuff he learned in his life growing up came from, he calls them old heads. He said it's sitting around old heads and listening to stories. You go to someone and you just see them and they're looking a little lost. Hey, are you okay? Especially in the parking lot, and they can't find their car. To me, that is the saddest thing. Only thing you have to do, press your alarm button. You don't want to get too close. You don't want to spook them, nowadays. But, ma'am, sir, press your alarm button. Or what color is your car? Sometimes they don't even know. Everybody has a white car. That little thing of kindness, you'll be surprised how it will make someone's day, week, or month. And that's very, very important. And that's what I want us to practice, But if you are able to, if you're an able body and you are financially able, and you would like to say, CareBag, we want to go ahead and help one of your children or help a family, we encourage that. Please come on. We want to go ahead. We have a couple weeks. When you look, you have a month and a couple weeks before December the 22nd. And we want to encourage, and we want to make sure that every child on our list, we have Sunlight Christian Academy and Sunlight Christian Church have come aboard. We have some students from Kaiser University. We have some barbershops. We have some local businesses, but I have basically close to almost 200 children. So I want to make sure that every child gets a box. We're calling it Christmas boxes. They're going to get that box, whatever that sneaker box is in. We're going to put little things in that box. We're going to tie a big bow on it, and there they go. That's their essential that they get. We all remember when we got our nice pair of new shoes, new sneakers, it feels good. Just imagine this is something that they can take into the next semester for the new year for school. And they have those essentials, and you're a part of that community. You're a part. They have that old age adage that says it takes a village to raise a child, and the awareness of what you're giving for that child is going to be phenomenal. And if you want to even see that child, if you want to see the look on that child's face, because when these parents come in, they must bring the child to our office. No child, no gift. Some people are like, oh, Roxy, no child, no gift. That's how we do it at CareBag. because we want those children to receive that. There are a lot of scammers out there.
Oh,
There are a lot
yeah.
of people trying to get over. But if you're going to get over on me, you got to wake up way before I do. And sometimes I don't sleep. So I don't know how you're going to catch me.
Got to get up awfully early in the morning to pull one over on
Listen,
Roxy.
you got to stay up, because sometimes I don't go to bed.
Ah,
Sometimes, so if you want to get one over on me, you better stay up. And we want to see the look on those child faces. We want to know that gift goes to them. They see it. Some of them, they're allowed to open it right there in the office. We don't say wait till Christmas. You can open it right there. We can see the look on their face. I have a lot of donors. They love to come in just to see the look on that child's face. They don't want the child to know they gave the gift to them. They just want to see that child. And at CareBag, we allow our individuals that want to give to do that, because we know it's important. A lot of you want to know where your money goes to, and we want you to see where it goes to. It goes to the back into the community.
you know when you've done really good when you see the face of
Oh my goodness,
all lit up over what you did.
I'll never remember. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. A little boy went ahead and he opened his gift and he got a scooter. And he ran to our Santa, our secret Santa, which was Tony Groza from Groza Builders. He ran to him and he gave him a big squeeze and a hug. And he just loved it. This big Tony Groza, if anyone knows him, he's big and tall, and he just melted. But what the funny thing is, a couple of months after, the mom sent me a video, and he wrote a letter to Secret Santa thanking him with a video showing him he now knows how to ride it. And that was amazing. That was actually amazing that he wanted to do that. He remembered that hug. He remembered that child. And we see the children as they grow up, as they come in, and how they're doing so well. And that is what gives us the joy for this community. So it's more than just giving sneakers in a box. It's just the light in that child's eye and face to know, okay, mom can't afford it. She's barely trying to get gas and groceries. So wow, look what I have, so my kid can go back to school good. And that's what we want to do. And we want you to be a part of that. So if you want to be a part of that, give carebag.com. It goes to our official website, or you can just call 772. You can text 772-222-7399. You can text us, I'm interested. We'll send you the link, and we make it easy. You want to shop? We go ahead, we'll pick it up. You want to go ahead and donate for us to shop? We'll go ahead. We have Secret Santa shoppers that are going to do our shopping for us, because we have places. You can go to Target, you can go to Walmart. Walmart is a big supporter of us, so we try to support them back. And if Target is where you love, if you want to go to Macy's, anywhere you want to go, whatever blessing you want to give that child, that is you.
Do you realize why it is better to give than it is to receive?
Because you get double back.
Right, but sometimes just in seeing the expression on the face,
it is
of the
priceless,
child.
Cliff. It's absolutely. I was looking on the list, and I have a family, because I pick a family. I pick a family, and I've been teaching my grandbaby how to give back, and she loves, and I take her. And I'm like, what do you think the little child would like? Well, I love this. And if I love this, that means she would love it. Or he would love it because she's a big Spidey fan. And that's how you can teach your children. If you have children and grandchildren, you can teach them how it is to give back. And yeah, I'm going to go on a personal note. My grandbaby got blessed with a big Barbie doll that we gave her over Christmas, a big Barbie doll house, and she loves it. And somebody blessed her with another dollhouse the other day. The dollhouse is almost as tall as I am. Wow. I mean, the old-fashioned dollhouse, with the wood and everything and the stairs. And I said, you can only have one. Choose which one you want. Barbie flushes, lights up, and has a disco ball. So she picked Barbie dollhouse. And I said, okay, we're going to give this one to someone at CareBag. And she said she has 2 little girls that come, and they're twins. And she said, I want to give it to them. And I text the mom, and I told the mom, and I said, my grandbaby wants to give you that dollhouse. And it wasn't something she wanted to keep. Some kids would, I want to keep. She's 4. So we have to teach and put it and instill in our children, instill in our grandchildren, instill in other children that it is good to give. And she feels good when she gives. She wants to be there. She wants to see the little girls' faces when they see that, because that's important. So if you're you're instilling it in her, you're instilling that in her as she grows to be the next philanthropist, to go ahead and know that when you see others in need, you help them. And that is something I think we're missing. It is always good to look over other countries. It is always good to help people overseas and abroad. But people, we need to start at home. We need to start at home. My dad always said, you can't save the world if you're not cleaning up your backyard. You can't do it. You can't clean the ocean and your house is looking a mess. You got to start at home. And that's something that we want to instill in our children, instill in our young people, instill in grown adults, because some grown adults don't know that. So you need to start at home. And when you start in your own community, you have to remember, as you retire here, these are the children that are coming up to go ahead and see you when you're pushing that cart, when you need help, when you break down, for someone to come and say, how can I help you? Have a nice day. It makes a difference. And that's some of the things we want to go ahead and just instill in each other, and go ahead and practice kindness. And another word of wisdom that I'm going, to leave with you again. I'm going to say it again. You can never expect to succeed if you only put in the work on the days you feel like it. You got to get up every day. You got to do what you can do every day, because that is important. You have to. There's no going around it. You got to do it. And that is important. And
But not feeling like doing it sometimes is part of the struggle to just get through it.
That's right.
That's
you have
all
to
you've
get
got
up.
to do. Sometimes on a daily basis, we just have to always work our way through things.
That's it. And you have to be consistent. If when you want something, that everyone that you see, the people look at, oh my goodness, look how this person is successful, that person is successful. They had a little bio. I'm not really big on, on R&B singers and all of that, but they had a bio on a dancer. I believe it was Beyonce or Usher, one of them. But the amount of time they spend in the studio, the amount of time they work at their craft, they don't sit down, they work hard. They work hard. They work every day, all day, 16, 18, 20 hours a day. They're learning that dance move. They're practicing in the studio. The reason that they're learning this is because they are mastering their craft. And for them to master their craft, that is what they have to do. They have to practice. And, you can't sit down and talk about, oh, they just lucky. Luck got nothing to do with it. It's doing what you have to do to get better at it. You understand? And that's what it is. If we want to get better at serving our community, we got to keep helping our children. We got to keep doing what's right for them, because they need our help. So we've touched on a lot of things this morning, but the two things I really want to, grasp, for everybody to grasp around, CareBag is having our Christmas in a box, and we are doing essential items for our children. And we deal with Children's Services Council. And because we deal with Services Council, we deal with students from anyone, for your taxes that you work, from students 18 and under. That is what we do. And that's how we help the children in our community. And if you want to go ahead and say, you know what, CareBag, you know what, Roxy, Careology, I want to be helped, go ahead and text us, I want to help. And just text us 772-222-7399, and we can go ahead and get this ball rolling. We have the names of our kids, we have their sizes, and we have girl or boy, and we have their ages. So there are many different avenues you can go ahead and choose from. And to anyone who is suffering right now and they just go ahead and they need our help, we just want to remind you, please go ahead. You have 988. Only thing you have to do is dial 988. That is a suicide and crisis lifeline. You are not alone. We want you to know that someone is there for you. That is very important. You want to go ahead and know if you're suffering, if you're feeling that, I watch a lot of shows, I learn, I go to a lot of classes, and a lot of things I heard, some people say they're just overwhelmed. They're just overwhelmed. They don't have that friend to pick up the phone. They don't have an avenue. They don't know how to deep breath. Before you decide to do something that is crazy and out of this world, pick up the phone and dial 988. Talk to someone. Talk to someone. They have the time. They have the time for you to listen and tell you how they want to help you. That is important. We want to know that someone is here for you. That is just very, very important. And we want you to know you are not alone. We want to just keep saying that message over and over again. You are not alone. And I hope that just comes to someone somewhere. I don't know who we're talking to. I don't know who we're touching, but that is very, very important. And I'm going to drop one more word. It's from Colin Powell. There is no secret to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, learning from failure. So we want to give you that again. So here it is. There are no secrets to anyone's success. It is the result of being prepared, hard work, and learning from your failure. That is it.
Learning from the failure part. That's learning things the hard way, but
That's
hey,
it.
it works.
And some people, when they fail, they give up.
Right.
That's not the time to give up.
No,
That's the time to say, you know what, that didn't work. When we started Care Bag, oh my goodness, the amount of failures, pitfalls, the amount of people told me, Roxy, it can't be done. Now we have 2 mobile shower units and we're going on a 3rd.
Aren't
we
you
need
glad
a 3rd.
You didn't listen to the naysayers?
I don't listen to naysayers because naysayers got nothing to say.
I don't think they really fully understand.
I don't think they understand what naysayers. I don't listen to you. So we're going on trying to get our 3rd unit. We have upgraded to our mobile hygiene pantry thanks to Impact 100, Hope Sound Community Chest, 100 Women Who Care. So many people in the community see what we do and band behind us, and that's what we do. So we just need you to know, if you want to succeed, the secret is to prepare yourself. Hard work and learning from failure. And if you are stuck in a point that you feel it is just too much, I can't go on, dial 988. If you don't have someone to talk to, there is always someone to talk to you. Please remember, you are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. 988. Call, dial a friend. Do something, get out, get some fresh air, look into getting a service dog, an emotional pet, someone that can just feel you and know when you reach that point. It's important.
Dogs make better emotional pets than cats do. Cats don't really care. Unless they feel like it. If they want the attention, then
they do it. But
you.
Dogs know.
But
yeah,
dogs
they know.
Always there for
they
you.
know. They know. And we want to encourage you. We are tired of having this. And since our government decides to put their hands on their butt and do nothing, we have to start doing something. And let's start preparing you and let you know you're not alone. I saw your faith. Our government's not doing nothing. We have what, Gabby Gifford, who's been shot almost in the face. We had one of the House representatives, he got shot. We had presidents that been shot, and everyone's okay with it. So they don't want to do anything. They're just about getting money and making their pockets nice and fat, while the rest of the hardworking people in America got to keep going to gravesites and got to keep going to funeral homes.
That's the problem with the media too. If it bleeds, it leads.
Oh God, they just talk about it. But you know what? They don't talk about the problem at hand. Let people know they're not alone. Let you know that you have an outlet. And Careology wants to let you know you're not alone. You have an outlet. Dial 988. They are here for you, and we want them to know they're here for you. You know what, things happen in the media, things happen in life, and we have to pull our bootstraps up, and we got to get going. But we want to just say you're not alone. There's so many people suffering the community on financially, emotionally, mentally. You know, we can help with the children, we can help with different things, but when the mental aspects come, we want you to get to the right person, the right individual that can help you. So we're going to say it again, 988. 988. You're not alone. 988.
Now,
it's
if you
nationwide.
Want to be part of the solution. Well, when you watch our Care Bag Careology videos on YouTube from WPSLTV.com, you know, there's a little QR code that appears every now and then. All you got to do is focus your phone camera on it, and it'll take you directly to the website where you can learn exactly what you can do. That website looks nice too, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I test the QR codes every now and then just to make sure they work, and it's cool. It's got the little Careology logo on the QR code itself.
Well, thank you, Cliff. We appreciate that. Definitely. But you know what? We are, where time is running down. I can't believe an hour just boom went by like that. But we just want to say everyone that was listening to us on Careology on 5090 WPSL, thank you, Carol and Greg, for being just supporters of what we do on this show, and Cliff for always being here, my awesome engineer. This show was meant to help people help individuals, and that's what we want to do. And if you want any more information on CareBag, only thing you got to do, we're so easy to find us. Just text us 772-222-7399. Text us that you want to help. Text us you need help. Text us, and we will, if we can help you, we will go ahead and put you in touch with someone who can. We always have people available. So we just want to say thank you. This is the Monday. Don't what happened for the weekend make you down. Lift yourself up. There is no secret to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, learning from failure. This is Monday.
Don't be afraid to fail either, because that will help you learn.
That's it. I need everyone to slay the rest of your week. This is Roxy with Careology. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Talk to you next Monday. God bless you. And be safe. Thank you.
Wow. Careology, the science of caring, the art of caring. Presented each week by your very own Careologist, Roxy Brown, right here on Careology, the science of caring. This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the president.